Welcome to Advocate Gang on Advocate TV, the platform where we hold government accountable, speak truth to power, and amplify the voice of the Niger Delta people. We critically examine government policy, expose governance gap, address social challenges, and advocate for transparency, accountability, and sustainable development. Through fearless conversation and constructive analysis, we demand for better leadership and promote good governance that reflect the hopes and aspirations of our community. I am your host today, Mr. Shedrack Onicha, and joining me are teams of veteran journalists who have paid their price to discuss issues affecting Niger Delta and Delta State in particular. By my left is Mr. Frederick Omweri. He works with Poco FM and Crown FM in Warri. And by my right is Mr. Polycarp Orosewotu, a veteran journalist who have put in more than 25 years in the pen pushing profession, works with the Nation newspaper, and is also the CEO of the Watchman News Online. By my far right is a community youth leader and a social commentator, Comrade Wilson Okorugbo. Join us as we take a trip into the issues that are affecting the people of Niger Delta, affecting Delta State, particularly the issue of power generation and distribution. Join us as we take a dive.
Okay, welcome to Advocate Studio, where we tell the Niger Delta story in a very unique way. Today, we are having a team of journalists and political analysts. Um Today, we are on a program tagged Advocate Gang, and by my left,
Frederick Omoire is my name.
my right,
Polycarp Orosewotu.
and my far right.
What's no Korubu?
You are welcome. So, to kick the ball rolling, Nigeria currently have installed electricity generating capacity of 13.5 megawatts, but the generating capacity, the highest so far that have been attained, is around 5,500 megawatts in July 2025. But in paper, we have 13,000 generating capacity. Recently, the governor of Delta State, our amiable governor, who is doing very well when it comes to road infrastructure and some other aspects of governance, enter into partnership with BEDC, the distribution company that is in charge of Edo, Delta, Ondo, and some other states. Some of the key stakeholders in Delta are of the view that now that the federal government have liberalized the license to generate, transmit, and distribute light. And with Delta having so much money, like through the removal of fuel subsidy, that our governor have repeatedly said on national television that we have so much money, one would have expected that with such money, the Delta state government would take a bold initiative, like what the Abia state counterpart and some other states have done. We are transmitting from Advocate Studio here, and we are using solar. My home also is run by solar. And as we all know, solar is not easy to come by. Your business promise is also run
My solar.
by solar. And it's not every debtor that can afford solar to run their business. So I will start with you. That a state that is so much endowed with gas deposit, Delta State and Nigeria have more gas deposit than petroleum products, petroleum, the crude oil. If we go to Turugo, we go to every part, Afesere, Eroike, Etiopis, all the local government, you see gas flare. Is it not more economically beneficial for Delta State to generate, transmit, and supply, distribute light to its citizenry and boost businesses in Delta?
Let me first of all say this. I think about some few months ago, the Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, did mention when he came to Ughelli on this flyover issue. And he did mention that there's no governor across the whole country that could come out to say there's no money. That there's no governor anywhere will come out to say there's no money. We that are Deltans, after having heard that, we believe too that there's no issue of development that the state governor cannot meet up with. Not even only on issue of electricity, a lot and a lot. Very recently, I think about 2 days ago or thereabout, after so much protest in the national television, newspapers, and what have you, he has assured the people of Isoko that he was going to provide electricity to them. These are things that the common man ought not to have protested for, ought not to have asked for before they should have it. But in Delta State, it's a different case entirely. So when I ask some questions at the end of the day, where are now those money he has boasted about that there are a lot of money for the state to play with? Now, for him to have even started by trying to align with BDC, he had even failed in the first place. He had failed woefully in the first place. People are generating electricity independently without aligning with BDC or others. And we have that kind of money in Delta State. Like in the former governor's state, Okowa's hometown also, there were independent electricity. Is it from BDC? Do they align with BDC? No. But you go there from morning till night, there's light. So across the entire state, there's nowhere you can mention if you are talking about electricity. Like you did mention, I run my business today in town here with solar, and so a lot of people are also doing. We have even left that era of epileptic light. This one now, epileptic is that sometimes we still have it to come for customers or business to run. But this day, there is nothing like even epileptic where you say, okay, if it comes today, no matter how low the light is, you can still manage it
So
to some
the
extent.
light is in
Failure.
perpetual comatose.
It is gone. It's not there at all. It is not there at all. So where when the governor comes out to say there's much this, there's much that, and people should not think about what there's money there, no governor this, no governor that. We're expecting that yes, we should not be thinking at this era where electricity plays a very significant role. We should not be talking about how do we generate light from this to that. So the government should have a lot of things to tell debtors about electricity issue.
Taking a cue from where Mr. Polycarp of the Nation have just landed. What is your take on the recently the Ndukwa Nation protested? It would take they only needed like what a senator from Delta North said that the Okpai power plant can serve Ndukwa and Isoko to Ethiopia East. And what is needed is just 30 billion naira. Delta State receive an average of 45 to 50 billion monthly. Why is it difficult for the state government to at least set out 2 months allocation
yes,
and fees the Okpai? The Ndukwa Nation have been in darkness close to 10 years and it has remained in perpetual darkness. Do you think this agreement with BDC will change anything, or the government should take the bull by the horn and do what is needed to be done?
Yes. Quickly, when let me first of all go back to when we were talking about the solar, even the federal government, the Aso Rock is being run presently by solar. So it is a national challenge first from the federal government. And I believe because of the challenges the federal government, what they saw, and they believe that it will be, it is not something that they can easily curtail. That is why they come up with the liberalization of the power so that states can come up with their own to generate the power themselves. Maybe because of this, the Abia State governor and other governors quickly tapped into it. And today, you can see some of their action being productive. It's productive now. I believe a few days ago, a week now, I watched the Abia State governor telling the Lagos State governor that now we are taking people from your state. I'm taking them to my state because we have 24/7 power generation. That right now, the whole of Abia, very soon, everywhere will not depend on a national grid. So I believe that the state governor, Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, should have taken a cue or a clue from these governors that are ahead of us. Because right now, in terms of the power issue in Delta State, Abia State is ahead of us right now. So these are Abia State, I believe maybe one other state. These are the people the governor should take clue from. They go to governor's meeting. There's nothing wrong. Colleague, please, how did you come about this? I don't believe any of the governor told our governor that you start with BDC first, because they didn't meet with BDC. So if you look across Delta State, and our governor being the person he is, I believe he shouldn't wait for protest to make him stand up, make him wake up to do what he's supposed to do as a governor. He is the governor of the state. Or maybe should we say he has this on the drawing board before now, or because it took protest or the interview from the commissioner for
Energy.
Commissioner for rural road and information. Anyagu, Charles Anyagu, the outcome of his interview that brought up the protest, the agitation from Isoko.
Because he lied on national television.
Yes, on national television that the people are enjoying light, and they are not in Isoko, and the whole of Isoko.
We also show that the government and his advisor are disconnected from the people.
Obviously, because if they are not disconnected from the people, there's no way the commissioner would have gone on national television to tell this what is not true about what is happening in various communities. Now it's not just Isoko alone. There are other communities like Agbara, like Udu. Over 10 years, they don't have electricity. Udu, you see them talking that they don't. They have even they discouraged. They have been discouraged that they can never have lights. So Ughelli South and other places. So is it that the governor is waiting for all these people to come out and protest before I can get to your correct because I we're still having the same problem. So except we not come out to protest, there will not be light. So if you look at the challenges in Delta, I mean, it is not this BDC thing. I don't believe the consultants or advisors that spoke with the governor, they did well. They didn't do well. The governor should go extra mile. In fact, the governor should immediately pick his phone and call Abia State governor.
Say, my brother,
please help me. I need to tackle this issue of power in Delta State. I have plenty money, even more than you are. More than you have. I have the money. I can handle in fact, I don't know whether the governor should do that, but I believe the governor, it has come to where the governor should leave those advisors and quickly pick his phone and call the governor direct. Oti, please come and help me.
Even if you are say so. And look at, I think it was very recent. I think about some few months ago, when they sent the commissioner for transport and others to go outside, and get a proposal and know how this went to what is China? China also. So no, because they went to was talking about consulting with others.
Where they went to start looking under the
yes, nothing has come up.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. They went to China to look on that. And that is they came back and they don't show with Chinese people under bus. And that is why we have no result. I want to also bring it down. Delta State have 3 big independent power plants. 2 in Saple, with 1, 2 IPP in Saple, 1 hydro. No, the
one in Ogara.
Ogara own have been scrapped. Cover scrapped it.
I saw the project last time.
That project was almost 80%. Delta State government have committed over 37 billion, but the Okowa government came and scrapped it. And that is the sad situation in Delta. But my take today is that we have a really Transcom power plant. We have 2 power plants in Saple. One is the Ogorode power plant that uses both steam from River Etio, and part of it had also been converted to gas turbine. And yet, Saple, you can barely have 3 hours of electricity. Really with this, and in combined generating capacity, Delta has about 3,000 combined generating capacity. So Delta have no reason to be in darkness, because if 10% of what is generated is way back to Delta, we will have a 24-hour power in Delta. But the challenge has been issue of power distribution and distribution network. The BEDC, as we know, if your transformer is bad, you provide transformer for yourself. You provide wire for yourself. You provide even feeder pillar.
Everything.
If somebody you are fortunate,
including logistics.
If you are fortunate for federal government to donate transformer to your place, because out of good luck,
political
you have to go and borrow money and sell property to raise money for logistics for that transformer to be installed. Delta State House of Assembly, let me bring this to the debate, have passed a law domesticating the liberalization of power generation, distribution, transmission and distribution. So there is a law backing our governor if you want to act. But what we don't know is what is tying his hand behind his back. Whatever that is tying his hand behind his back, Holy Ghost, fire. Let me talk like a politician at this point. So I want to ask you as a political analyst and a community youth leader. What do you think is holding the hand of our governor? He said there is money. He said there is money.
There's money. Yes.
There's enabling law
Yes.
that empower him to set up independent power plant or liaise with independent power plants that are in Delta. And move away and roll out a plan for transmission line, step down some of these power plants so that Delta will have light. What do you think is limiting our governor? Or does it lack the willpower to execute?
Well, firstly, I want us to understand the picture very clearly. When the issue of electricity generation, transmission, and distribution is on the floor, so many things should come to mind. There are so many things that should come to our mind. And what are those things I want us to actually get very clear is that the peculiarity of the Nigerian factor, itself. Now, when we're discussing this issue now, my mind went straight to the IPP project. Why was it actually discontinued? What led to those decisions that were taken by ECOWAS at that very particular time, knowing to whether this would have solved 50% of the Delta problems when it comes to the economic drive? That would have actually put Delta on a good footing. But some of these things happen as a result of the true Nigerian problem, which is the corruption that is endemic in the society. And it is driven in virtually every sector, not just only in the power sector. Now, the average politician is not thinking of how Delta will be better. He's thinking of how he will better his lot, preparing himself for the next elections. These are clear factors that are actually affecting the electricity drive. Now, if we're talking about Transcorp, we're looking at Transcorp and other power generating sites in Sapele and all that can actually drive the system and give us what we want. We should also know that having Transcorp and having all these facilities on ground does not translate into driving it into generation, transmission, and distribution of it. Because the problem is that the question would be asking ourselves, who would drive all of this process? The same persons who bid there to become BEDC, who are also struggling to distribute that is even failing. That is failing.
The electricity
the law that was passed by Delta State. Yes,
give you power to set up your own.
That is exactly where I'm going to. Who are these independent persons? The same persons were in the government of Okowa, who spearheaded, supervised, and were part of those who engineered the liquidation of IPP projects.
Are you saying we don't have good people?
I'm not saying so. What I'm saying now is that who are the actors that are playing the politics of Delta State as of today? The kind of hands you are calling for, they are not politicians, they are technocrats, they are consultants who are not involved in the administration of day-to-day runnings of Delta State.
And are you saying that if the governor have the willpower, he cannot source those materials?
The willpower you're talking about, how do a man in a state okay, we're talking about that, we're using Abia State, we're using Governor Alex Oti as a case study, for instance. Now, if Alex Oti is in Delta State, we'll be hearing a different story altogether. I'm not trying to be mischievous here. I'm not saying that the politicians in Delta State are corrupt. But what I'm saying in essence is this: that the system as it is as of today
in Delta
State will not permit a free flow of process. Have we forgotten how many laws that has been passed on anti-development, which the developer was talking about? How effective is it? How running is it?
The highest devel collectors are from
within the system,
from the governor's local.
That is what I'm saying.
They collect the highest.
So we cannot be relying solely on totally on laws that are being passed by the National Assembly.
No,
because the National Assembly and the state houses of assembly. What we should be looking at personally, what I think that will work in this situation is that having a law passed by the state house of assembly, what we should be looking at is that encourage individual investors. Let's try it from that angle. Let's make it a multiplicity of investors coming on board. Encourage them at every point in time that you can do. If possible, push the government, the state government, not just passing a law liberalizing it, push the government to enact a law that empower or by whatever way grant or subsidize amount give to investors in this sector who are able to meet XYZ requirements. In that case, we will begin to look at the real issues of infrastructures driving these distributions. Because take it or leave it, the kind of infrastructures that we have on ground, the equipment we have on ground for BEDC, everybody is paying for what they are not using, including the estimated billing meters that are everywhere in this town. Take it or leave it.
The estimated
is even the latest Yahoo in town. And then these are the weapons, the meters that are fashioned against business owners
and the masses.
So we are
even what we are even talking about now. Yes, the House of Assembly may have passed such law. Now let us look at the issue of implementation and the seriousness of government over this issue we are talking about. How fair they are. When you are giving a contract to somebody on a particular thing, that this is what I want you to offer to my state. At the same time, you should be thinking of how the best I could give to the people. But when you are at the same time looking at what you could have back to yourself,
thinking of next election.
Then you should not be expecting the people to perform. It's obvious.
Now that the criticism and protests have brought the governor out to want to act, because I believe when I saw the report, when I saw the news yesterday, going this morning, can't we just have the system that will just act without noise? And what the people will see is that, boom,
as a surprise, yes.
Yes, because
not making noise of it. I don't even see it. I don't even expect it.
How will you see that? How will you see that when you see a governor want to start a road project? They come with a fanfare. You want to tell you want to construct 5 kilometer road. They spend over 200 million to showcase
on jingle and what have you.
It's not even 5 kilometers. They say groundbreaking 5 kilometers. They call 8 kilometer road, 10 kilometer groundbreaking. I mean, you are coming with all the fanfare.
You are not spending 50% of that amount on a groundbreaking.
I watched the former governor of Ebonyi State. I watched the former governor of Ebonyi State, who is the present minister of works, on the national television telling Nigerians that he doesn't commission 10 kilometer roads. When he was a governor, that he doesn't go out there to go and commission 10 kilometers. I send my commissioners do that. I commission 50 kilometer roads. That's where I tell my people, this is what I'm doing. You come and look at it. But those 8 kilometer roads can be done by my commissioners, and I move to commission 30-something to 50 kilometer roads. This is a governor that while he was leaving office, you can boast of not 10 flyovers. You have over 15 flyovers in a Ebonyi State presently now as we speak.
Flyover leading to farms.
Leading to farms.
We also have it there now. The governor is doing it. I want to have about 5 now.
We are not saying
I was saying I even federal government.
I want to ask this guy.
Don't go down.
Federal government project.
It's in federal government. It's in federal government. Wait, let me land on this. It is federal. Let's get this clear.
Yes.
It is federal government project. It's the project on federal roads.
On federal roads, yes.
But the key beneficiaries are deltas. And it adds aesthetic beauty to deltas.
Yes,
it solves traffic
problem.
It boosts the economy because that period the road construction is going there are a lot of supply chain.
Okay. Now, did you still remember some time ago about Warri Saple Road, where there were serious hold up because the road was totally bad?
His intervention.
No, there was intervention, fine, but the state government said they cannot go further because there was one they had done some time ago, and the money was not refunded back to them.
We know.
So which is to say, they prefer going for federal projects because they will at the end of the day get such money back to themselves.
Go to the state. The money will come back to the state.
But who is the governor?
What about Edo State? The former Edo State governor that was almost all the federal roads. You see his billboard that bear with us. This is federal road.
Would you
Bad roads.
would you have preferred
A situation like that.
a situation like
Those
that?
kind of embarrassing. Now, during your introduction, you made reference, in fact, on the IPP in Ogara, how it was abandoned, even scrapped, taken away. Now, why did the former governor refuse to go ahead with it? Because I begin to see some states with templates of how the state is going to look like. Now that project was started. They started that project, but how come that the former governor, I'm talking about Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, how come he stopped,
They refused to
fund it, and the project was in?
That's the politics.
That is the politics.
That's the politics.
No,
That's
but
one of the problems.
but I would, that's what you say. That is the politics. When a government has no templates before implementing on whatever thing, let me listen. Let me come. And you want to embark on. You cannot see the end of that.
Let me bring this information.
The IPP.
On the IPP, one of the reasons why that project probably was abandoned was that the project started from Governor Odua, and from available information, Odua made effort to give Okowa handover notes of his administration, his 8 years program, where he stopped. But from what we heard reliably there was no formal handover of government, handover note from Odua to Okowa. So when Okowa took office, started picking, and that's why you saw that a lot of Odua projects started by Odua were abandoned because there was no handover note. Okowa did not get a handover note from Odua to understudy what he had done.
And what should be done.
At the stage they are,
If there should be continuity,
and if there should be continuity or not. So you see that there was no continuity in governance from Odua to Okowa. So that is why a lot of projects were truncated, and it not only affect that Ogara IPP
project.
The maternal and child care program we abandoned. The school
Edu
Masha to even transport to take children to school and Odua were scrapped because he did not know the import, how important those projects were to the lives of Delta. And this is why we encourage continuity in governance. Why you are seeing some level of continuity between Governor Borowori and former Governor Okowa is because that's synergy. So you see that all the projects that Okowa started, Sheriff ensured that he completed most of the projects before he started initiating new ones.
So do we now say?
So that could be one of the reasons why that IPP was scrapped, because what you don't understand, it is very easy to destroy. So that is what happened at that point. So I think let us go back to the light situation. What do you think the governor should do now, considering the fact that we have the wherewithal and the necessary resources to give data light? What do you think governor should do? Should she abandon the BDC agreement and focus on giving data light through other process or other investor? Because BDC is a definition of failure.
Yes, I believe the governor should quickly rethink not to continue with that contract, because right now the mention of BDC first is to Deltans. Nobody will want to take any government or any individual that is associated with the BDC for power distribution, power generation, power distribution, because presently now the name BDC, nobody want to be serious with them. So I don't know why who advised the state governor to go and sign any contract with the BDC for Delta to generate light, because the presently the one they are handling, they are already failing. They are failing already. So
Failing or they have failed.
they are failed, rather they are failed. So I believe, I always say, I don't want to judge this government of Sheriff Oborevori with past governors. No, I want to be judging him with his counterparts in other states that they entered office the same time. Because when you look at these governors, we were talking some days back, and some persons were kind of looking at the president himself is looking at all the governors, 36 state governors. He knows the people that can make things happen. I believe the president know these governors, and I want our governor, the governor of the state, to be in the look of that top 10 governors that the president can boast of and say, no, this person can do this, can do magic. So we want the governor immediately to look the other side, the IPP project or other consultants that can give us the light that we need. Because president, right now, if you go to not just any community, you go to oil producing communities. I have been in some community before. I take 1, 2, 3 steps, I saw 6 oil wells, 7 oil wells, 8 oil wells. They don't have light for 10 years now, and they have oil wells being taken from their land. So in a situation like this, the people are seriously helpless. And right now, we don't want to say our government is helpless, because I believe for the governor to boastfully say there's money, any of the people, we are not only owing contractors, and we can embark on any project and pay. Fine, let the governor quickly look the direction of those who are succeeding right now in their state and give Deltans power.
Your final take on this?
Okay. There's this saying that no matter how far you have gone on the wrong path, you can always at any time retrace your step. And that is the position I think I want to throw on this issue of the state governor, Chief Sheriff Oborevori. He has to go back to the drawing board. On no account should be an option if he wants to service Deltas with issue of electricity. He should consult his colleagues in other states. Lagos, Abia, and other. He should talk with them. If Delta does not have those technocrats we needed to give Deltas electricity,
let him borrow.
Let him get from other people. He can. The money is there, like he had mentioned. The position we are even here now, we're talking about money, because he has told us, Deltas, that there is fund. The complaint we are having is that we are not seeing what that fund is. So we don't know. At least it has about about a year or so to go now. So are we going to transfer this money from this current administration to another administration? So we do not know. Why say so much more than so whatever place the money is, they should release them out. Let them do what the needful. Let us need light. For any community, for any state to be strong economically, without light, you cannot. And that is where we are today now. So you should release money, get technical if Delta does not have one, but which I doubt.
No, we have.
No, if we do not have, because if we have, I do not see reason why you should go and meet BDC. To do what? To do what? So they should go and get technocrats, and within short time, we should have electricity across board.
My final take on this issue is very simple. I will advise Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevori to go back to the drawing board. Look at the Nigerian problem itself. The Nigerian problem is the Delta problem. If the problem of electricity must be solved, he must go back to the drawing board. We do not necessarily need Deltans who must come and invest. We need investors who will come and invest in it. What we needed is just an enabling law. Let that law be there. I'm coming. The law there now. I'm coming. The law there is only a liberal one. The one that will emphasize for an XYZ company to be a distribution company, you must have an XYZ equipment. for an XYZ company to be a generation company, he must have an XYZ equipment well spelled out, such that you do not come with an outdated equipment, a metering system that does not support the business drive of Deltans. Once all these are in place, he should take his eyes off from it. Today we are enjoying the whether we like it or not, the Dangote refinery is a blessing to Nigerians.
Yes, sir. And
Take it or leave it.
In Africa.
But what happened to our WROPC? What happened to our Port Harcourt refineries? What happened to our Kaduna refineries? But they have been there for decades and they will still remain there. And another
will not function.
That's what I'm saying. So same thing should happen to the electricity sector. If Sheriff Oborevwori means well for Deltans, he should take his eyes off it, encourage investors to come, support them with the enabling laws to ensure that the distribution company remains a distribution company, the generation company remains the generation company for Deltans to enjoy the best. That's my take on it.
Okay, that is it for today. As always, we'll keep you posted with another hot, incisive discussion. Join us on Advocate Gang next week.